Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new episode of Davila Watch, obviously the series that we have on this channel, where we talk about everything. That guy there, Ulises Davila, who plays in the A League. So let's go straight into it. So obviously there's been a couple of games, but before that, let's go into the off season. The season's only just started, but before that, in the off season, obviously he joined Macarthur FC at the end of last season, having left Wellington Phoenix, who he was with for I think about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and then obviously he joined Macarthur FC, which is based in Sydney, well, in the Eastern Australia area anyway. Um, and yeah, I gave my reasons for that. I think that it makes sense. Phoenix was over in Australia for most of the beginning, pretty much most of 2021 actually. Obviously, they couldn't fly back to New Zealand because of the whole COVID thing, so they've been playing. He's been pretty much living in Australia now for I think probably almost a year. So kind of makes sense a little bit. I think he likes living in Australia, and Macarthur for me, I think it's a young team. It's only been around since 2018, I think. Um, and it reminded me a little bit of when Vela joined LAFC. They've obviously promised, well, first of all, they can afford him. They've got a fair bit of money for a very young club, but also um, they can build a team around him. He could be their marquee player. So, of course, that's going to be tempting for any player, really. And yeah, so he went to Macarthur FC, and it was announced over the off season, just before the season started, actually, that he was going to be their new club captain. Obviously, he was Wellington Phoenix's club captain before he left. Um, so he still remains Mexico's, well, he's broken a lot of records, really. He's the first Mexican national player to play in the A League, and he's the first Mexican player to captain and be a club captain for an A League club. So, and he's obviously the first to get score and assist and all the others. So, yeah. So obviously he's gone to Macarthur FC to, be the star guy. He's their captain. They're obviously on a clear, um, ambitious run to win the A League this year. They did quite well last year, if I'm not mistaken. So they're obviously trying to capitalise that. Davila's one of the best players in the league, and always has been. So it makes sense for them to want him. So it's a pretty good deal all around, really, except for the fact that he's really endeared himself to the Wellington Phoenix fans, and he did a lot for the club, and the club obviously really liked him. They would have rather him staying. So it's sad, really, because I've met a couple of Wellington Phoenix fans online. Obviously, the Ola Verde group that follows Ulises Davila over there, over east. They've got even closer ties to Wellington Phoenix fans because obviously they were going to games together a lot for I think probably like a year and a half. So it sucks for that reason, but I think for the player, um, I think it's a challenge for him. He gets to be the star guy. He gets to be the responsible one, and be a captain. And, it's everything a top player wants really. Um, so going straight into the season, obviously 2 games have been played now. Apologies for not getting a video for the first game. Obviously, I couldn't really do that. I was ill at the time, so I left it for the game two, which was just the weekend just gone. So the game one was obviously against Wellington Phoenix. Funnily enough, what a coincidence that he would have to face his old team in the first game for his new team. So that ended up in a 1-1 draw. Pretty hard fought game, I think. I didn't actually watch the game myself, but saw some highlights. And it seemed like a fairly close game. Pretty highly fought game. Um, a little bit of an entertaining game as well. But obviously it was just 1-1, which was an okay start for Macarthur, I think. As long as they didn't lose, I think it was going to be a decent start. And then obviously they played Sydney FC away last weekend, just gone. So, and they ended up getting a win, a 1-0 victory. I think courtesy of Davila. He didn't get the assist, but he got the pre-assist. Um, a nice little cut, low cross cut into the box, not making the player that was marking him as well. which then went to his teammate, who then set up the goal. So he had a big part of that. And Davila does that all the time. He does a lot of that where he's very much in the build-up play. A lot of the goals go through him. He may not get every assist, but he gets the pre-assist a lot. He's always in the middle of an attacking play, and that's where you want him. Really, he's like all over the attacking area of the pitch. He's not really just confined to the number 10 or out wide. He's pretty much everywhere. So it's really good. 4 points out of 6 for the first 2 games. Not too bad at all. Long may that continue. Hopefully they have a really good season with him, and he has a good season with them. Yeah, I mean, that was I say. It's just really cool to see a Mexican thriving in the A League. It's not just playing here. He's become one of the main players. The pundits love talking about him. Like I said, he's been one of the best players in the league since he's been here. Um, it's really good to see. It's really good to see, an actual Mexican playing. And Guadalajara native as well, which is even better. He's a Chivas youth product, so that's just an added bonus, really. Yeah, so let me know in the comments down below. I know I've got a couple of mates now. Oscar, one of them, went to the game against Sydney just over the weekend. That was pretty cool. I think they try to watch every game that he plays, really, because he's a really good player to watch. He's very entertaining. So let me know if you went to the game. Let me know what you think of his progress in the first 2 games. If you watched the games fully. And yeah, it's really good to see. I mean, obviously this is a brand new series. It's part of the main series that I've had for a while. But it's a new season, so it's technically a new series as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of him. Do you think he should be playing for Mexico? I mean, I think there's a decent shout that he maybe should have been called up for the Chile game next month or in a couple of weeks. But I don't know. I think he has a lot to offer Mexico, and I think he could play for Mexican the senior team. You know, he's he's playing abroad, and he's one of the best players in the league that he's playing in. I mean, he deserves to be looked at really for the national team. It would be nice to see him anyway in the senior team at some point. That'd be pretty cool. But at the moment, I'm sure he's just focused on Macarthur. Um, yeah, so let me know in the comments if you're happy. You're looking forward to this season. Do you think he's gonna do really well? Do you think MacArthur's gonna win the league? How many goals do you think he's gonna score? He's normally up there in the top scorers, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see and follow him. So stay tuned because I'm going to be covering every single game that he plays this season, especially when he comes over here to Perth. At the moment, touch wood, the whole COVID thing going on at the moment, but they should be coming over here in mid-January time, so, or mid to end January, so hopefully I get to go see him play again. Looking forward to it, so jealous of all the guys getting to watch him over East. I mean, they get to do that almost every week, so it's pretty cool. Bit jealous, like I said. But yeah, so let me know if you're looking forward to the season, looking forward to this series. And let me know if if this series has got you a little bit interested in the A League. Obviously, with Daniel Sturridge joining Perth Glory now, they've got added a little bit of spice there. More and more players are kind of joining A League now, which is nice to see. So long may that continue, and hopefully, like I said, most of the guys that are watching this that are in the US or maybe even Mexico, hopefully you guys are a little bit more interested in the A League and wanted to do a little bit of learning about it. So let me know if you did. Let me know if you have an A League team. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, take it easy, guys. I should be back next weekend for the game number 3. So take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.